Hey guys, how's it going? We're back with another video. We are back to the way that things should be around here. No more sidetracks, no more controversy, no more debates, no more arguments. Let's get back to what this channel's all about. So, we haven't seen this in a while, have we? The very first video that I ever made on this channel was about this. This is my Squier Bullet Mustang. And if you remember, we added this Bigsby thing and these pickup rings and these lightning bolts, and this was really my first project that I ever did. Added this kill switch. But, you know, after owning some Gibsons and owning some other guitars, I decided, you know, this one never ever gets played. I pick it up maybe once every 2 or 3 months, and I decided, you know, this is a special guitar for me. Because I had stopped playing the guitar for 5 or 6 years. And then I decided to get back into it, and to inspire myself, I bought myself a guitar to mod. And it was this one. So this is what got me to where I am today. Part 2 of my musical career, I guess you could say. So, what are we going to do? Well, first thing is, this trim is bad. Now, it's not so much the Bigsby that's bad. This bridge is bad. It's spaced correctly and everything. I just really don't like the break angle of the strings, and the action is weird, and the strings, it just feels really, really bad. So we're actually just going to remove the whole system. We're going to take the bridge out. We're going to take this off, and we're going to install in its place our very favorite trim, the Wonderbar. Yes, I'm doing it. I figure that the Wonderbar needs to go on something, and I think this is a good candidate. Because honestly, do you think anybody's ever put a Floyd Rose on a Mustang? I'm sure someone's done it, but this isn't exactly a Floyd either. It's a Washburn Wonderbar, or a Shift 2000 is the other name for it. Answer, made in Japan. Now, we tried putting this on an SG, a Gibson SG, but it didn't work very well, and it's because we had to use a bunch of adapters. But since this is a, well, look at it. I'm just going to drill straight into it. So that's part 1. Part 2, I'm going to change the pickguard. I think that this kind of pearlescent looking one looks kind of cool, and it's like an off-white. But the main event, the main draw of this video, and why you probably clicked on it, what the hell is this? This is a Tri-Force. No, it's not the thing that Ganon fought and killed for in Hyrule. This is a pickup that was made by Alvarez. Now, Alvarez had this really weird guitar called the Dana and the Dana Scoop. And if you don't know what they are, go look at them, because they're really crazy looking. It was during the era when they were trying to make hair metal guitars. Well, Alvarez took it up a notch and said, you know what? We're not only going to make heavy metal style shredder guitars, we're also going to release it with this. Everybody's got humbuckers with 2. How about a Tri-Force with 3? It was a complete and total failure, and notice that no one on the market makes this today. Anything like this, really. So what is it? Well, look how many wires there are. From what I can tell, it's just 3 single coils on a base plate. That's it. There's 6 wires, too. There's a ground and a hot for every one of these coils. But that's not all. I got 2 of them. These are new old stock. So I think, because I looked at the seller that was selling this, they have a bunch of like Alvarez electric stuff. So I think they like bought out the Alvarez factory and what was left of all the stuff when they stopped making these, and they ended up with them all. Now, I had concerns that these wouldn't fit, and really, these pickups are what led to this video. I needed a guitar that had a swimming pool route. This one has a swimming pool route. And if you look, if we line up where the current ones are, you will see that they will fit. As you can also see, there's a little bit of a gap. So I'm considering just slicing off the middle piece of the pickguard right there. Just slicing it off completely, and then just mounting the pickups in there with a gap in the middle. I haven't really decided what I want to do yet. So let's just start with the first thing we need to do here, and let's go ahead and take this off, this Bigsby thing, and then let's get these bridge posts out. Okay, I have no idea if this is gonna work. I got this toolkit from my friend Torsten. Actually, he owns T's Guitars, and sometimes when you buy guitars from him, he actually sends you the kit that has this tool in it. But it's one of these things. I'm gonna try to use this. So I'm just gonna stick it on there, grip it and just kind of try to wedge it out. Man, it's hard to tell if it's moving. I don't think it is. Oh boy. All right, let's go to plan B. Plan B is a screwdriver. Man, this is not wanting to come out, is it? All right, let's try something else. Okay, so the first one came out, or I'm sorry, the second one came out super easy. I just grabbed it with this tool and pulled. This one is being a little bitch. What I'm doing is taking a flathead screwdriver. Look at this shit. Thankfully, this is all going to be covered by the big other bridge, so I really don't care what this looks like. And look at the rest of the guitar. You know what? Who cares? Anyway, I'm taking a flathead, taking a little hammer, and I'm hitting it. You see it coming up a little? So now that I've gotten it up quite a bit, that's what I've been doing for the last 5 minutes. Figured I should probably stop and show you. Now let's grab this and see if it will come out now. Oh man, it's stuck in there so good. It is not coming out. Nope, I'm gonna have to keep hammering it. I'll be right back. That was horrible. So there was no rhyme or reason to it, guys. I got it out. I literally had to take pliers like this and just... Oh, that sucks. Okay, anyway. We're probably gonna need to get some wood filler to finish this part. But now that that's out of the way, we should be able to lay this where it goes. Should be about, let's just say right there. I think we may have enough space to drill our holes without running into an existing one, which is awesome. Yep. If I put it there, that will work. All right, let's get this Bigsby unit off. All right, we got it off. So the next thing we need to do, we've got these 3 screws here. So these were from the original bridge, and this one is for the ground. So I need to take those off next, and then we should be clear to install our new bridge. All right, I got everything removed, and I got the bridge kind of where I think it's gonna go. I got a tape measure. I need to measure from the nut to the saddle and make sure that it's 24 inches because this is a 24-inch scale length guitar. So I'm in the middle. And if you look, we're just at, see that 2F, 2 feet, 24 inches. We're just there. So I think that'll work right there. Let me eyeball and look at how high the strings will be. I think that's gonna work. We might have to shim the neck, I'm not really sure yet. But for now, we're good. So let me go get the drill so that we can drill out this, this trim. All right, let's get it done. So I've checked it multiple times to make sure we're good. Basically, I'm lining it up. There's like a middle hole on the pickguard. I'm lining up the trim with that middle hole, and then I'm visually looking at the saddles to make sure that they are both over the pole piece on the pickup. I think that right there is gonna do it. There we go. There's one. Now that I got that one, I'm gonna go ahead and put that screw in now. All right, I got that first screw in pretty tight. So now I can drill the other hole. All right, let's put that other screw in. The thing I like about cheaper guitars like this when you're modding them is that the wood is thinner, and so it's a lot easier to screw. All right, those are in. And before we drill the last 2, I want to check and just make sure that everything is even. All right, let's take a look here. Everything looks pretty lined up to me. I'm just looking at it with you. I think that's pretty even, don't you? This is ridiculous, guys. Totally ridiculous. Man, I'm really excited. All right, well, let's get these last 2 screw holes here and here done. These will be easier because we've got everything else done. All right, let's screw the last 2 screws in. Okay, the Wonderbar is installed successfully. You can see there's some really ugly crap going on here and here. If this guitar sounds exceptionally good, I'm gonna say that it's the tone wood from the little resonating holes that I made. Anyway, so how does it work? We talked about this in another video, but ta-da! The strings string through here, and then they come up through here, and these are your fine tuners. And then you just... Pretty cool, huh? All right, now that that's done, I guess we probably need to take this pickguard off. All right, we got all the screws. Let's pull the pickguard. See what secrets are hiding. So as you can see my handiwork, this was the first thing I ever soldered in my life, guys. That video that we made of me with the Bullet Mustang, yeah, that was this guitar. That was my first time ever doing any of this. This is a pretty bad job, I gotta say. You can see there's a lot of tape because I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so what are we doing? Well, we gotta cut these off of the switch because we gotta take the switch out. And then we're just gonna take both of the pickups out and put the new pickguard on here. So let's get that done. Okay, we got everything snipped. So now I can take the switch out just by unscrewing it and popping it through. Grab the washer while I'm at it. And then we got to take the kill switch out too, which can be done by just unscrewing it like that. And now this entire pickguard can be taken away, revealing our cavity. Alright, so as you can see, our cavity is pretty big, and I think it should accommodate both of these pickups. Let's see if I can get them to fit in there. I think if we can't, we're just going to use one. And it looks like, womp womp, we're not going to be able to fit them both. I could route this, but I'm not going to. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to use one. So we'll just use this one. Now I have to decide what I want to do in the neck position. I have a bunch of pickups here, so I just have to decide what I want to do. My options are I can just do the one, like I said, or I could do one and maybe another humbucker, like I've got this one right here. Something like that. I don't know. I'm going to decide and come back. Okay, I made my decision. I have this Dirty Fingers Clone. I'm going to use that. So there we go. Okay, so I flipped the pickguard over and I grabbed the humbucker, the tri-bucker, and I held it in here and I took a marker and I just kind of marked a line. So what I need to do is I need to cut up to here, across, and down. So let's do that. Okay, I finally got it. I just used these snippy snips and I just cut a hole for the humbucker and then I got it screwed in. And there you go. Let's go ahead and set it where it's gonna go in the guitar. There's a general idea of how it's gonna look. I really like it, I have to say. This aesthetic is fitting for what it is. All right, let's get the switch. All right, we got the switch in there. We're just gonna wire these directly to this switch. And then I'm gonna change the knobs. I don't know what I'm gonna change them to yet, but I'm gonna change them to something. All right, so this wiring is gonna kind of be a nightmare. This one's easy. So you got ground and green together. Okay, ground and green is together. Black is hot. Red and white taped off together. Okay, that one's easy. And so obviously you're gonna have those probably go to ground and then this one go here. This is the big nightmare right here. I'm pretty sure that all the black ones are grounds and the yellows and the whites are hots. If you look at the way these are, you see that? There's a black and a yellow. There's a black and a yellow, and then there's a white, and then there's a black. So I think what I have to do is I have to wire all the yellows together to this side of the switch, and then all the blacks together to the ground, which is going to be here. And then you're going to have your hot here, which is going to go to this right here, that white one, and then the ground is going to be grounded. Yeah, so this is not going to be a fun wiring job, but let's give it a try. Okay, I got everything wired, and now it's time for the tap test. Over there we've got the Marshall, and it's on. Marshall Origin 50. Let's see. Oh, wow. And it's working. See if it goes away when I... Yep. Wow. It works. I can't wait. All right, let's get the knobs changed and get it screwed down, and then let's string it up. I am so excited. I have no idea what to expect. All right, so here we go. It's time for the moment of truth. I've got it right here. It's all strung up. I strung it up with 11s so that the string tension would be sort of similar to a Fender with 10s, since this is a shorter scale length. So yeah, I got that Dirty Fingers Clone in the neck. I've got the Tri-Force in the bridge, and I got the Wonderbar installed. This is a really crazy combination of things. So let's just open it up with what everyone wants to know. What does the Tri-Force sound like? Here we go. I can't wait. I think that sounds awesome. It sounds almost like a bitey humbucker. I mean, we know it's just 3 single coils, right? But it sounds great. How does the Wonderbar sound? Works good. Is it in tune still? Pretty close. Let's see, how does the neck sound? Sounds pretty good too. Let's dial the volume back a little bit and see how it cleans up. The volume definitely decreases a lot, but it does clean up. And here, again, let's clean this up. Now, with all 5 coils active. I mean, it's everything that I hoped it would be. This is surprisingly good, this tri-bucker, whatever the hell you want to call it. I know why it failed. It's because it doesn't really do anything that a good humbucker doesn't already do. For example, a Dirty Fingers humbucker or a Super Distortion or, you know, a hot ceramic humbucker is going to do what this thing is doing. I like it for the novelty of it and how it looks. And it's just, it's really, it's an over-the-top pickup for an over-the-top person. I like over-the-top things. I really do. I'm a big fan of going overboard. You know what I mean? That is an overboard pickup, if you ask me. Alright, let's finish this up by turning on some effects. On the floor, I've got a Dumble clone, I have an SD1, a DS1, I have an Echoplex, and I have a Holy Grail. So we're going to turn on and off some of these things. We'll start with the Holy Grail and the Echoplex. I'm super impressed. First of all, I believe this Wonderbar is keeping the guitar in tune, which is crazy because there's no locking nut on this guitar, right? I should add that until that previous segment, this was all straight into this Marshall. There's no effects on the floor at all right now. That first sound sample that we did, that was straight into the Marshall with nothing. No boosts, no nothing. And, you know, here it is again. So after all that, I haven't touched the tuner since we started. Are we still in tune? I'm really impressed by this. Like, super impressed by this. I gotta say, these triple buckers, Tri-Force buckers, whatever the hell you want to call it, they're fun. Now, you're gonna have to either route your guitar if the body is not made for it, or you're gonna have to cut a pickguard or do something to use it. It's more of a novelty and a conversation piece than something useful. I mean, yeah, you could wire each coil to an on-off switch and change the phase or something, but the thing is, you could do that with 3 single coils and just put them however close you wanted. I believe these are on sale right now for about 20 bucks. There's a guy on Reverb. If you look up Alvarez Tri-Force right now on Reverb, you will find these. He's literally selling them for like $20. And I bought several of them because they're new. They were never installed somehow. New old stock. So I bought several of them. I installed this one and I kept the other ones just to have them. It's a cool, funny little thing. Maybe one day I'll get an Alvarez Dana and the pickup doesn't work, and then I'll want somebody who has some of those things. So, do I recommend it? Yeah, I really do. As for the Wonderbar, believe it or not, it works great on this guitar. It does everything I would want it to do. Honestly, we tried this on that SG, and it was a complete failure. But on this guitar, one that I didn't care about screwing holes into, I just went in and I screwed it in. And believe it or not, it works great. I've got no issues. The tuning is perfect. Notice, this is just a factory nut. I didn't put a string locker or anything. Now, it does have locking tuners, but no string locker, no nothing. In fact, the strings aren't cut because I assumed the tuning stability was going to be so bad that I was going to have to pull them out, put in the string locker, and put them back in. But I'm not going to have to. I can go ahead and snip these right now, and it'll be just fine. As for the Dirty Fingers neck pickup, I think it sounds great. It sounds better than most stock humbuckers that come in a sub $500 or $600 guitar. Once you get up into like the Epiphone Les Paul Studio range or Epiphone Les Paul Standard range, the stock neck humbucker sounds pretty damn good in that guitar. Although I'm a sucker for that humbucker. I'm also a sucker for the ceramic ones that come in even like the specials. I really like those. But generally speaking, this Dirty Fingers looking thing, I'm going to put a link to it in the description. I believe it's sold out right now, but I'm sure it'll be back. And when it is, I recommend you get it. I have the bridge version of this humbucker as well, and I had installed it in another guitar and really liked the way it sounded, but it was a guitar I ended up getting rid of, so I pulled him out. So that's how we got where we are. So there we go. The Mustang is alive again, and I'm so proud that it's alive again. And I'm so happy that I still have it, and I'm so happy that I can continue making content about it for you. It's like coming full circle. When we started, I had 0 subscribers and 0 views, and it was about modding this Bullet Mustang. And, you know, a lot of the mods that we did to it, we undid in this video today. I still have the locking tuners, though. Those are from the original job. But, you know what? That's the thing. And the reason I'm making this video isn't just to show you this equipment, it's to show you that we all learn and we all get better. I encourage you, if you want to, go watch that first video. You don't have to watch the whole thing because it's super long. But you can tell I'm a guy who had no idea what was going on. I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of just, you know, seeing what I could do with the limited knowledge that I had. And in my mind, I was going to do this project. I wanted to document the project and show everybody what I was doing and how I was doing it in case somebody was curious. And it ended up being a moderately successful video for me. But now, coming full circle, looking at the mods that I did, the kill switch was kind of pointless. Maybe you will like to do that, you know, but for me it was kind of pointless. I didn't really need it. And I found that the Bigsby thing that we installed was a catastrophe. Don't try to do that unless you really know what you're doing. I'm confident that if I did it all over again, I'd be able to do it just fine. For example, I'd use a Tune-O-Matic bridge into the Bigsby instead of that Jaguar bridge. That was a very stupid decision that I had made. You know, things like that we learn. And, you know, in the last several years, I've acquired a whole bunch of parts. And those parts, you know, I've been holding on to them, and I'm like, what am I going to do with all these parts? What am I going to do with all this stuff? And what led to it was getting the Tri-Force. I was like, what am I going to put the Tri-Force in? I've got 2 guitars that have swimming pool routed bodies. This was one of them. The other one is the SSX Stinger, which is actually up. You can't see it, I don't think, but it's up on a shelf back here, kind of in pieces right now, trying to decide what I want to do to rebuild it. But I thought, you know what, that Bullet Mustang is not in a state that it can be used right now, so I'm going to do it to that one. So, sorry for the rambling. I hope this was worth your time. I hope you had fun with it. I sure did. I really appreciate all of you who are watching. Please like and subscribe. Please join the Discord if you would like to talk about guitar gear, etc., mods, wiring questions, purchase questions. I'm going to warn you, though, I'm going to be a bad influence and probably tell you to buy it 9 times out of 10 if you ask me, but join it. The link's in the description below. I will put a link for this humbucker here. I'll also put a link for this tri-bucker thing in there as well. No promises on if those listings will still be active by the time you click on those links, but I will put them in there for you. So Thanks again. I appreciate all of you so much. See you next time, and keep on rocking.